Poboy Special here, and in this episode we're going to show you a see-all open sight on a Glock 19, but this time it's going to be from their new line and their micro line. Coming right up. So we took the see-all open sight and we put it on this Glock 19. And what it originally had, well, not originally from the factory, but what was on it before we put the see-all open sight was this Halosun. And this Halosun is the model
507C, I think.
507C. It's a Halosun. And one thing I might add before we start into all this, also what's on here is the raised sights.
Yes.
So it would co-witness with the Halosun.
Absolutely. Those are Ameriglows, I think.
Okay, they're Ameriglows.
Yeah.
And what we were concerned with before we put the see-all on here was that these raised sights were too high, so you couldn't see anything through the see-all. But guess what?
Works perfect.
Works perfect.
Yeah.
Even with these raised sights, the see-all, hey, is good to go.
And it eliminates the need for the front raised sight altogether, so if you're having trouble finding holsters for raised sights or whatever, you don't have to have raised sights with it. You can use standard sights or even not even have a front sight with this one.
That's right, with the see-all you really don't need it.
No, you don't.
And that would save you from that.
Yeah.
So one thing we did notice, we put the see-all open sight on it, it took us probably 3 minutes.
Maybe.
3 minutes to install.
Maybe.
It was 2 screws on the Halosun.
It took him longer to figure out where the screw holes were for the Halosun than it did for install the see-all. Yeah.
So you took the 2 screws off the Halosun, off it came. You put the see-all on it. It comes with 2 screws in the box and the Allen wrenches. Put the screw in, tighten it down, you're done.
Yeah.
Not even 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Straight out of the box, we put the laser bullet in, and we put the target out to 30 feet.
Yeah, about 10 yards, yeah.
And the target we were using is a smaller target.
Yeah, it's quarter size human torso.
And we do that on purpose because, number one, it's indoors. We want it smaller because if you aim small, you miss small.
Yeah.
So if you get used to smaller targets, you get better precision eventually with practice. But straight out of the box, no kidding. Straight out of the box, we were hitting in the 9 and 10 ring like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And you'll see our actual shots, our very first shots straight out of the box in just a minute, coming right up.
The see-all open sight on a Glock Gen 5, model 19. All day long.
Okay, this time it's not me that's shooting. This is a see-all open sight straight out of the box on a Glock 19. 30 feet. All right.
I don't know, I feel comfortable. How about you?
And I want to give you a perspective of this. The target that you're looking at is actually pretty small, and from 30 feet, that's a heck of a feat to be getting it that close, because this target is the size of my hand. Go ahead.
I'm not going to shoot your hand.
but you can see the size of my hand is the size of the width. So everything in this 8 ring in the white is pretty much the size, and that's the size of a fist. So all this right here is about the size of a fist from 30 feet.
Zombie stopper.
And you can see right in the little bitty part of the head from 30 feet. So here's my final thoughts. On a Glock 19, even with the high sights, the raised sights, ergonomically, this design, this new design they came up with, it's very sleek, very thin line, very slim. It looks good. And I do like the fact of they have changed the actual sight to a delta, which is a black triangle with a horizontal line, but they took that horizontal line and canted it down just a little bit with that triangle in the center.
While we're doing these new reviews, you're going to hear us say this a lot. That really does make your eyes focus to the point of impact. I mean, it just draws your eyes right in there. With other sites, it can actually detract from it. But for this particular sight picture, you just look for where the point comes to a head. It really does.
And if you've ever had factory Glock sights, and what I mean by that is the back is kind of like a U,
Yeah, it's
like this, and then you have a little dot on the front. And if it's off just a little bit, either to the right or to the left or up or down, it throws it off, and you have to have it perfectly lined up. And unless you practice, that's hard to do.
It really is, yeah.
But with the see-all, wherever the top of that triangle is, that's where it's going to go.
Absolutely, which is what you saw in the shooting video that we just showed you with the laser bullet.
Absolutely. So wherever the point of that triangle, that's where the bullet's going. There's no adjusting this and adjusting that. I mean, wherever that point of that triangle is, that's where it's going, which is awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
Kind of like a red dot, where that red dot is. That's
it. Almost feels cheating. It really
it
does.
almost is cheating. I mean, because you saw how easy it is straight from the box. So the ergonomics.
Well, now you might have to adjust windage and elevation. Okay, we got lucky and we had to do like a two inch drop on elevation. That's all we had to do with it. But the windage was perfect on this thing.
Yes.
Yeah, we just got really lucky with it.
And so the ergonomics, awesome, and the functionality is magnificent. And the durability, you can't beat it. It's just like a Glock. You are not going to destroy this thing.
No, you can't. You can't hurt that thing.
So if you wanted something that is fairly inexpensive, that's going to work for you every time, and if it's tritium lit, you don't have to worry about low light to no light situations.
True.
And I would imagine that it's not my situation, but if you're cross-eye dominant, which means if you're right-handed but use your left eye or vice versa, I bet this would be a perfect tool for that.
Probably would be.
Because wherever that point of that triangle is, that's where it's going, no matter what eye you use.
And here's something we need to say this on every one of the videos on the new generation too. Keep both eyes open, guys. It makes the shooting experience so much better just to keep both eyes open.
Yes, keep both eyes open, and you may have to, like I said, have an adjustment period where you got to just mess with it for a while and get used to it. There is a small break-in period, I guess you want to call it. You have to get accustomed to it. Just like any sight, any optic, you're going to have to get a little bit used to it.
Well, you had to for standard iron sights too. Your brain had to get used to looking at iron sights as well.
But once you do, like I said, you'll be dead center accurate all day long. For a Glock, and I think this is a beautiful marriage, because you have a Glock that's pretty much indestructible, a see-all that's pretty much indestructible, the Glock that's perfect for just about any occasion, the see-all just about perfect for any occasion. Neither one of them need batteries.
Exactly.
and like I said, that's all I can say about that. You saw the results, because you saw it here on the Poboy Special Channel.